For many decades, people from around the world have been fascinated by the sightings of a large ape-like creature that's commonly referred to as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. This creature is known for its large stature, with eyewitnesses saying that this large creature stood between 9 and 15 feet tall. Though many might not believe that this creature exists, researchers say there is overwhelming evidence of its presence in mountains and forests from around the world. There are many areas stretching across North America that are often referred to as being hotspots for the sightings of Bigfoot. According to many Bigfoot experts, these concentrated areas get the highest amount of reports of a Sasquatch creature. One headline that surprised many though was just announced by an Oklahoma lawmaker, in which they stated that they wanted to bring in a Bigfoot hunting season. On the 20th of January, Representative Justin Humphrey introduced House Bill 1648, urging the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission to officially establish a Bigfoot hunting season. The bill stated the following: the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission shall promulgate rules establishing a Bigfoot hunting season. The Commission shall set annual season dates and create any necessary specific hunting licenses and fees. End quote. When this was first announced, many online users thought this was a joke, but when people questioned officials on whether this was real or not, Mika Holmes, Assistant Chief of the Information and Education Division at the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, stated that this is a real bill. Holmes wasn't enthusiastic about the new bill though, saying the following: "Here at the department we use science to make management decisions, and we do not recognize Bigfoot as a wildlife species in Oklahoma." End quote. At the moment the bill hasn't passed, but if it does go through it will take effect on the 1st of November 2021. Those who are interested in Bigfoot have suggested that this could be the government's way of trying to tell us something, with Bigfoot researchers saying that officials are no stranger to the cryptid, and that over the years they have carried out their own investigations into the creature. One Bigfoot researcher said the following: "People will laugh about this, but it could be the government's way of telling us that they're out there. Bigfoot has been sighted by man for hundreds of years. We have ancient carvings and stories that have been passed down over generations. Perhaps now the government has decided to tell everyone the truth." End quote. As you can imagine though, not everyone got on board, with one person saying the following: "It's not a good start, is it? With everything that's currently going on right now, our government has decided it's the right time to bring out a Bigfoot hunting season. I'm glad to know that they're tackling the problems that everyone's talking about." End quote. The Department of Wildlife Conservation went on to hint that it's a bizarre move from the government, with others thinking that at first it was announced in order to give people a laugh. However, after it was announced the bill was genuine, people didn't really know how to react. As of right now, we'll have to wait and see if the bill does eventually get passed. Interestingly, Bigfoot researchers have said the name Bigfoot only describes one type of large humanoid living in the forested regions of our planet. Often encountered in the woods across the United States is that of a cryptid that's commonly been referred to by the locals as the Grassman monster. The Grassman monster, also known as Orange Eyes, is a massively large and hairy man-like creature that many have compared to Sasquatch. Unlike many of the other Bigfoot sightings all across the world, it appears that the Grassman cryptid is far more dangerous, and has a number of strange behaviours that make it unique across all other Sasquatch species. Many that have claimed to have stumbled across the beast while hiking through forests claim that the Grassman is capable of constructing small huts and areas for living, a unique behaviour that's never been reported surrounding that of the Sasquatch species. It's because of this strange behaviour that many report that the creature is not that of a Sasquatch, and of a different cryptid entirely. The first well-reported sightings of the Grassman monster happened back in 1978. This was when several kids ran into their home and alerted their grandparents that a hairy man was digging through their rubbish pit. When the grandparents went to investigate what was being claimed, they saw the large Grassman as he was digging through the rubbish looking for food. However, the large creatures soon ran away after being spotted by the adults. As research continued in the area surrounding that of the Grassman, people began to report spotting a large ape-like creature living in huts made of tall grass, only to come back to the site later to find it completely abandoned, with the creature moving to new areas after being spotted. Scientists, researchers and skeptics though have turned around and said that there's not enough evidence to prove that these large creatures exist, and that the majority of evidence that is presented ends up getting debunked. Some evidence that has been put forward to prove that Bigfoot is real is that of hair samples. However, when scientists have tested these, the majority of them turned out to be from everyday wildlife. This hasn't stopped Bigfoot researchers though, as they say there's enough proof and eyewitness accounts that have led them to believe that the Bigfoot creature is real, saying that one of the main reasons why they're not spotted is because they congregate in dense forests that are hard to reach. They say this is one of the main reasons why hikers are more likely to see the creatures than others, because they're more likely to venture into these regions. Although these claims and stories seem far-fetched, it's important to remember that animals such as the mountain gorilla were only discovered in 1902, with scientists saying that thousands of new species are still being discovered every year. As of right now, Bigfoot researchers have said these creatures are out there, and in recent years credible photographs have been presented, which prove that humans currently share the planet with a large undiscovered humanoid. Back in 2017, a series of strange photographs were shared online. They showed what looks like large structures on the moon's surface. Those who went on to further investigate the claims said that 6 towers had been discovered on the moon, and after these photographs were shared online, people started to give their opinions on what they thought they were. The images were taken from Google Moon, which is collected by NASA satellites orbiting the moon, and taking images of the lunar surface, appear to show what people say are large-looking structures. One commenter said they'd been placed there and that they definitely weren't natural. Users then started to do their own research, and it turned out that more of these large structures were found. One person used a measuring tool and said the structures measured in at 3.7 kilometers, or 2.2 miles in height, so whatever these things are, they're not small. This then caused some to question whether NASA had picked up on these before, with one person saying the following: "These structures are over 2 miles in height. I fail to believe that NASA or other space agencies haven't picked up on them yet. Why have they kept quiet about these giant things coming out of the moon's surface? They literally look like towers." End quote. However, some spoke out about these discoveries, and said that Google Moon isn't the most reliable tool. Others though carried on from this and said that similar looking structures have been found on the moon's surface. Believers though have said that saying these structures are glitches is just lazy, and is used as a way to avoid answering and researching further what these things are. With another person saying the following: "I'm starting to see a theme here when it comes to these anomalies. Whenever one is found, you never hear the space agency reply with open arms. They immediately debunk it, and I find that interesting because according to them they've only seen these discoveries when people have shown them it. So how can you debunk something that you've only just seen?" It seems like that happens with everything that's slightly mysterious these days. Instead of being interested and wanting to investigate further, all these agencies say is that it's a glitch, or a camera anomaly. At this point it feels pointless to even show them this stuff because you know what answer they'll give. End quote. Another thing that people are talking about again is that of the strange object that was seen flying through our solar system. This object went by the name of Oumuamua. Avi Loeb, who is the chair of Harvard's Department of Astronomy, claims that he thinks he found proof of extraterrestrials, and this comes in the form of some garbage. He has an upcoming book titled Extraterrestrial: The First Sign of Intelligent Life Beyond Earth, and in it he details that a mysterious object that made its way into our solar system may be proof of extraterrestrials. It's not very often that you get high-up officials talk about this subject. However, this year alone many government officials have been quite vocal about the UFO phenomena, and have stated in recent years that unidentified crafts have been detected in our skies, and that these objects need to be taken more seriously. The objects the professor is talking about immediately displayed some strange signs, and this caused scientists and researchers from around the world to speculate what it was. The object was given the name of Oumuamua, but the professor has given some examples of why this object might not be a space rock, and that it could actually be a piece of alien technology. On the 19th of October 2017, we were visited by something that scientists couldn't initially explain. It was called Oumuamua, and astronomers first noticed this object travelling through our solar system. The object in question had come from another solar system, and people quickly started to speculate what the object was. It could be seen travelling around the sun and then shooting away again. However, after this it was not to return. Astronomers were able to record data on the object for a short period of time, with them saying that the mysterious object had been in our solar system for over a century. The reason Oumuamua wasn't spotted until 2017 is because it wasn't close enough to reflect enough light for astronomers to pick it up. Even when it did get close, it was moving very fast, and meant astronomers had very little time to observe it. Once the strange object flew around the sun, it was going further away, meaning it was getting fainter and fainter. The astronomers' last observation from Hubble were on the 2nd of January 2018. On the 3rd of May, it was then seen outside of Jupiter's orbit. Interestingly though, some have said there's not just one Oumuamua. There's tools that can be used to help us view the wonders of the universe, and one of the most popular ones is that of Google Sky. Google decided they wanted somewhere where people could explore the far reaches of the universe. Using Google Sky you can see many famous celestial bodies, and over the years it's provided us with some breathtaking views. However, some who've used this software have said they found some interesting things. This Google Sky discovery had some saying that it looked very similar to Oumuamua, which gained popularity as being the first known interstellar object that was detected travelling through our solar system. This recent photograph has caused some to suggest whether this and Oumuamua are the same thing, suggesting that these mysterious interstellar objects are scattered throughout our solar system. This particular one was discovered close to the Orion constellation. The person who discovered the object said they were messing around with Google Sky, and zoomed in really quickly on Orion. They took a screenshot of the object as they thought it looked interesting and then shut it down. They then showed a few people and it was them who made the connection between the two objects. One of the first things you'll notice is that they're very similar in appearance, and interestingly this isn't the only one that's been discovered that has a similar appearance to Oumuamua. So what do you make of these interesting space discoveries? What do you think these strange structures on the moon are, and do you think this is another Oumuamua-like object? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.